Hey, welcome to the first episode of the Weekend Warriors podcast. I'm the Grouch, and joined with me this evening is working late nights, Mr. Burt and Steven. How you fellas doing this evening?
If I'd be doing any worse, I'd look like Robert.
So we're all veterans. Some of us are still actively serving. But tonight we're going to just talk about the things that we like about the military and our military service, whether you're in or not in, like me and Steven. Anything goes. So, don't feel like you need to censor yourself or, have some kind of filter. We're all vets. We're talking about and to, other military members and veterans. So we all know how that goes. Steven, how long ago did you get out?
31.
31 years ago?
1931 or?
Okay.
Yeah, 31 years ago.
At the age of 31?
Were you 12? I don't understand math. 31 years ago?
Yeah. 93.
Oh my god.
Wow. Well, all right. So I got out in 04 and it's been 20 years. So time flies, man.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you two douchebags, like you just haven't quit yet.
I'm not allowed to.
So close.
They gave me this Kool-Aid when I first joined. They said, drink it. And I did. And then they convinced me that I'm too dumb to do anything else.
Damn.
Oh, you want to get out? What are you going to do? Go to college? Have a real career? Pursue your passions? That's fucking dumb. No, carry this rifle, go up this mountain. You're right. Yeah. That's enlightening.
Rifle in a rucksack.
Yeah. No, but you know what? It's good because I see that a lot on resumes. Shopping around for jobs and stuff. They put specifically rifle in a rucksack. That's like their thing. They ask you your 12-mile time. That's pretty much separates you. Yeah. They want to know because they want to know how far you can push the carts.
Yeah.
They want to know like how much weight that like. What if someone needs it delivered to their truck? They're in the far back of the parking lot. It just snowed. What's your time?
2 hours, 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Using those infantry skills to the Walmart benefit.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I don't know. Maybe on theme here. I tried to discuss the other day about what makes a soldier or what makes a service member marketable when they get out. And I can only give it from my perspective of what I think the real world is like. Because, I was an 18-year-old kid when I went in, and I don't know what the real world looks like outside there. Because I'm institutional.
It's scary.
Yeah. But I thought about it more and more. And I was like, you know what? I think if I was an employer out there, if I wanted to look for someone who had probably the same ideas or someone who could, lack of a better term, drink the Kool-Aid, would be someone who gets on board with my entrepreneurial ideas when I first started this company, buys into the idea of what our vision is for the company, and can roll with that. That's inherently ingrained in us to do that. All right, as service members. So I think that probably might be maybe the baseline marketability for us.
Yeah. No, if you put that on your first line, like willing to join a cult, it's pretty much like you're pretty much guaranteed to get in.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your strongest quality? Well, I'm cult worthy. I'll wear whatever. I'll do anything. Need a body buried? No problem. Just pay me. We're good.
And pay for the uniforms.
Yeah. Yeah. You can pay me 12 cents to the gallon. That's it. I'm fine with that.
I don't know if they're still doing it, but I know when I first enlisted in 2000, your first paycheck, they took a ton of money away because you had to pay for all your uniforms and your, hygiene stuff and all the, the kit and caboodle they make you buy in basic, right? Like,
I've always, there's always like those supply hacks that I always hear about, but I never see where you can get like free uniforms, free sorts of stuff. Like if you did it within the first 6 months, you can get a uniform and then continue doing that.
There's still supply sergeants out there,
Yeah,
aka sugar daddy, that will still hook you up.
yeah.
It's probably shady as fuck, but they'll do it.
what's it going to cost you though?
Oh, I don't know.
Cody, I'm going to add on to kind of what you said. I think it's funny that one of our main goals in the military about transitioning is like hoping that we can get injured enough that we're going to get paid more money when we're done. That's like I just want to get hit by a bus because then I'm going to be set up for life. Like that's our goal. That's our financial goal. Like, what's your 5-year plan? It's like, oh, well, I plan on falling off the LMTV here in the next 3 years and then just surviving for a while, some profiles, and then hopefully the Army will pay me 50% disability. And yeah,
but then you got to worry about dealing with VA, and that's some bullshit right there.
Yeah, but that's like, what I'm saying is that's our goals. That's like when you ask anyone retiring, it's like, oh, well, what are you going to do when you retire, or how much are you going to make? Well, I get 50% of my base pay, which not even your full pay. So, I'm going to get 30% of my paycheck. But if my body is destroyed enough, I might be able to get more money than what I spent 20 years working towards.
Yeah, you'll just have to jump in the fiery hole of the VA.
I'm pretty sure there are people getting out on 100% disability after 3 years that get paid more than what my pension would be after 20 years.
Oh, that would be sad.
No, I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah,
we could probably run the numbers right now, and I guarantee you, there's a dude who got out of basic who fell and hurt himself, and yeah, no more.
So is that something you like about the military then? Is that people take advantage, accidentally fall out of helicopters and things?
I like that the soldiers or all service members kind of have that ability to do that. I'm conflicted as a leader that some of them might do it maliciously or on purpose, and they do it in a sense that they didn't quite. I don't know. I feel jaded sometimes that they didn't do it without giving up enough. Right. I'm all about it. Get your money, get the VA, get the retirement, get all that stuff. But man, you better fucking give the Army. You better give the Army something, right? Before you pull in the cash tag. I don't know. It's weird.
All right, you actually want us to name off stuff that we like.
I like the fact that you can ETS.
We're just having a conversation, but yeah, the gist of the conversation is supposed to be around things that we like, but whatever. I mean, if we get off the rails, we go off the rails. We'll fucking ride this dumpster fire.
Okay, so I'll tell you one thing that I like, and I've been taking full advantage of, is educational benefits. Like that is something that it took me 12 years in the military until I realized there's never a good time to do anything other than the Army. If you want to do anything other than the military, there's never a good time. And maybe it's just the units I've been into, but there's other units that are fairy tales where they're like, yeah, I go to class every Thursday at 3, and I do this and I do that, and I'm a softball coach, and I volunteer at the local shelter, and then you got people like Cody who's like, I spend 9 days in the field every 30 days, and I sometimes I forget what my wife's face looks like, and it's been like that for 20 years, it's it's absolutely crazy. I mean, I know Cody. I think Cody might be in the same way where I've never been out of an operational unit. I've never done anything else, so it's just been full screaming for me. So I realized that never any good time to do it. So you just got to do it and sacrifice all of your free time and happiness to make yourself comparable to a lieutenant that went to school for 4 years and did a little running, and someone yelled at them softly. They got to do that, and good for them. They get to do their master's degree also on the Army's dime and get paid. So that's awesome, but not the peasants. So that is it. It stinks, and I thank COVID that I was able to lock myself inside for a while and actually take advantage of it. And I actually start back up again in 2 days, and I'm on my last 4 classes of my master's. But it is.
So what's your useless degree in?
Cybersecurity. Yeah, I hate cybersecurity. but to me, it's the easiest thing to do. I don't know. Like, it's easy. It's easy institutionally. It's hard in practice, if that makes sense. Because you just gotta check the blocks. I don't actually have to do it. I don't have to protect anything. I just go through the studies and I take the certs and I get the credits, and then I know a little bit. Yep. But my password's still, Robert Sucks 69.
Yeah,
Exclamation point.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Password 1, 2, 3. Classic ones. I don't know. Did you guys ever have those benefits back in the Cold War?
We had yellow correspondence course notebooks that you could fill out and then mail back in.
Oh, you had to poke the hole through it or something? Or?
No, they had to send it to them in the mail.
It was the little pencil with the circle and fill it in and then send it back in.
I will admit, I have been around long enough to have done 2 yellow
Scantrons.
Books. Yeah,
yes, Scantron books.
Yeah, and you have the Nazi fucking doctor there, right, staring over you,
making sure you're not cheating.
Oh, dude, it was worthless. And I did have a cell phone back in 2006, but it was a flip phone, it wasn't even a flip phone. It was a Nokia,
Motorola Razr.
Yeah. How the hell am I going to cheat on this test?
Yeah. You got to press the button 87 times just to look up the question.
Yeah, I could play Snake.
What is fuck? What was it called? T9 texting. Isn't that what
T9 texting.
T9 texting.
Steven knows, right? You had to wait 6 weeks to get your results back, and then you had to mail the results back and then to get them into your S1. Fuck. It took forever.
Steven, what courses did you take? Do you remember?
Not a clue. I have no earthly idea, because after you took them, you had to mail them back in, and then after you got out, you had so long to submit them to an actual university, and I never did that. They just fell off the face of the earth.
You probably have them in your basement somewhere or your garage.
Probably.
You have enough stuff in there, yeah. We'll find them. Let's bring it out.
You could have
we'll
a master's degree of fucking yellow books. You have no idea.
Nah, I know I don't have that, because I didn't do that many of them.
They probably didn't. They probably had a hard time grading it when you do it in quill and ink. Is that what it is?
Yes. We used charcoal from the fire. We would take the burnt sticks and just sort of crush them into a powder.
Yeah. God, 30. You said 31 years ago?
Yep.
Jeez. I saw this thing, this image today where it was like, hey, Marty McFly went back to 1955 or something like that. When he was in 1985. And they were like, that's the equivalent of going back to 1994 from today. Let that sit in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all old.
I had already been out of the service for a year at that point.
Yeah.
So the thing is, though, right, is Steven actually makes me feel old because in 93, I was still in elementary school.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, 94 to 96 was middle school, and then 96 to 2000 was high school.
Dude, if you guys keep doing all this year math, all right, I ran out of fingers. I'm gonna have to like take my boots off and get my Lego finders out so I can start counting higher. All right.
You're gonna have
I
to
don't
do
know,
math like Marines.
So what was the best thing about it back then? Like what made it, I mean, obviously the military today is a lot different. And
Woodland
the recruiting,
camouflage.
that was like your done deal. You're like, oh, I get this uniform, this woodland camouflage, and I'm sold. Sign my life away.
Woodland camouflage was the shit.
Old BDUs.
Yep.
Wait,
Yeah.
actually, Steve, were you the generation of folks that went from the all green to BDUs, or were you full?
No,
BDUs?
we started in all BDUs.
Okay, all right, because there's something that we all share, all four of us, that we've seen uniform changes.
Yes.
Some wild stuff.
I have duffel bags in my storage unit of just uniforms. Duffel bags, plural. I have a whole bag that I have today just of T-shirts because naturally I'm a hoarder, and I'm like, I'm gonna use these as rags in my garage one day. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why would I throw these precious rags out?
Yep.
The old skivvy shirts.
Yeah, yeah. But I have at least 2 trash bags of T-shirts, of socks, of every, like, all my uniforms. I have at least 2 duffel bags full of uniforms, shit that I don't even wear. Half the stuff that's in there, I'm just signed for, and I don't even use anymore.
I don't know, I gotta say, I think one of the things that I miss the most, right? And I saw this in Reddit the other day. There was this long conversation about, well, what the fuck, right? When we're in, we can't wait to get out, and then when we're out, we wish we'd never gotten out, right? And I miss the camaraderie. Like there's a lot of shitbags in every branch, right? Because there's shitbags in every aspect of life. But there was some really, really good soldiers and Marines that I served with, and I wish that I had maintained those friendships. I miss that.
If the military would put me in one place and let me stay there, I'd probably stay in a lot longer. Because once you get older, you just want your house. You just want stability. You just want something tangible to just like. And I mean, it's like the one main reasons that, talking to Cody, that he's getting out is that his wife wants to go work. She wants to do stuff. And they want to go back to Montana, I got it right this time. Got the state right.
Finally.
And it's like, it's such a shame that we have to give this away. Like I live away from my girlfriend right now it's going to be 2.5 years by the time I leave here, and it makes you resent the organization that you're in because you want to love it so much. I don't know about Cody. As much as he gets abused, I know he loves going to work. I love going to work. But like, shit, man, give me all the perks of like a normal job where I just get to have a family in one place and raise them and not have to jump all over the place. And I'd be super happy.
I think certain MOSs have that privilege.
Yeah, the small ones, the ones that have 100 people in it. Those ones. Unfortunately, I'm not there. Mine does have 100, but they're all needed in different places.
Of course.
My friend has a job, and there's only locations for him in like 3 places, and he just told his manager, like, I just want to stay here, and they're like, cool, we don't want to move you. He's lucky. He's living the good life now. He was a prior Marine, so he tried to kiss me once, but it's okay.
Sorry, I guess I should have looked at the battery meter on my phone or plugged it in.
There you
Yeah.
go.
It's weird. It's not like you were just like planning for this and we were all sitting here.
No, we're talking about the best things that we like about it. You know what? I think you're spot on about the we hate it in the moment. It's the people that we miss. And I think that's what I think most of the retired guys they miss, right? They don't miss all the rest of the bullshit that came with it, right?
No.
And I 1000% agree. In fact, I'm pretty close to retirement. And tonight, before I got on here, all right, I was inside my head trying to decompress from the day's work. And I found myself kind of rehearsing my retirement speech. I gotta sound like I've, done some cool stuff, but also gotta end on a, fuck you note. So I do it, and I was like, all right, it's gonna be a perfect analogy. And I'm still refining it, but I'll tell it to you now. I'm gonna say I have spent 20 years in this circus, right? Under the big top, 3 rings, wild as hell, and it's been a great ride. Right? They've traveled all over the world. We've shown our show to many different countries. We've shown our show to many different states. I've had my fair share of dog and ponies. I've been chewed on the ass by a few lions. And though I will smile the day that I leave this fucking circus, the one part that will give me this frown is all the clowns that I'll leave behind. And those are the guys that I was here for the entire time, was the clowns, every single day.
I think you left out the lady boys in Korea. I was taking notes, and you kind of like there was a block that you
taking notes
missed out. Yeah, make sure you just add that.
Well, it's an analogy, so I got to say
bearded ladies will know what you mean.
I will miss the bearded ladies and the clowns.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah,
I'll know what you mean.
But that's I think that's what we fucking I think that's why we stick around. Because the fucking goofy goobers, the weirdos that we meet, the weirdos that we work with every single day, those are what we really miss. That's what keeps us all together. Is the fucking
I ran into a soldier at the shop who was a private in my platoon 9 years ago. And he's a big old staff sergeant now. And we ended up this week working in the same building, and he was doing javelin instruction. And I was like, yeah, dude, get after it. This young little private just like, and I texted all my boys. I was like, yo, guess who I just saw? And all of them were just like, we're all just glowing. Just like, dude, it's so crazy how the kids grow up, move away from home, become their own people, become successful.
PCS,
get divorced, become alcoholics, hate their lives, but now they know why you were so angry.
Finally.
Yeah, finally it makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah, the misery loves company. That's exactly what it is. It's I mean, you can hate your unit or hate your duty station or love both or whatever, but it's
also called trauma bonding.
Oh, trauma bonding. That's what we all are.
Very serious.
Very serious.
What's weird is we're all trauma bonded through the generations, right? I mean, Stephen, 30,000 years ago, he was in the army, right? With Leonidas.
But you can just tell by the look on his face, he hated his life at some point.
Oh yeah,
you just look at him. Just look at him.
Just look at him. He hated his life so much.
I can tell there was
on KP duty serving corn to a bunch of assholes out in the field that he hated his life.
There was a point in his career that some major with the power of email, even back then, ruined his fucking entire summer.
We didn't. I don't know. Everything was on. All of our orders were on paper. on like
Typewriters. Yeah, we know.
yeah, well, not just
In
typewriters,
triplicate.
but triplicate carbon copy.
The
Yeah.
electronic mail. They sent it over electronic somehow.
Yeah.
It's amazing to think that, like, so 2000 was 24 years ago, right? I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like, it wasn't that long ago.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah, but hear me out, because like all of my medical records from my time in the service, none of it was digital. It was scattered a little bits digitally, but I had the physical folders of everything. And when you change duty stations, like you take all those and you just off I go, so I gotta say, I mean, some things digitally is kind of nice. Like, I'd rather just throw a thumbstick in my pocket.
I think Cody and I are at the in-between stage where we still have some of our old initial documents. Like I have my I Love Me book, which is like the immediate stuff, but I also have like my I Love Me folder, which is like my initial enlistment stuff, like all my old stuff. So I'm like, God, if I ever lose this, they're not even gonna know if I was in the military, because someone lost it somewhere.
Dude, the Army's the only one with a copy of my Social Security card.
Yeah, you don't even know where it's at.
Oh,
Well, just for the record, going to DMV with a DD-214, even though it's got your social security number on it, they still want your social security card.
oh God! What's life?
You know,
gonna be like
fun
after all
fact. Fun fact. I have 2 DD-214s.
I have 3.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I have one from the Marines.
Yeah.
I have one from active duty Army, and then I have the National Guard.
Yep. Mine's National Guard, and one's when I transitioned.
Ooh.
Yeah.
When you
'Cause I-
transitioned?
transitioned.
Actually, I should
Yeah.
probably get another set.
I thought you had an innie instead of an Audi.
You pushed it in. Hey, Paul, I want you to think about something.
I'll think.
So you in '93, you were in middle school, right?
No, it was elementary.
Elementary school. Okay. In 2000, I was in elementary school. So what Steven is to you, you are to me.
Fair enough.
And I just want us to see these age gaps of how good I take care of myself and just how shitty you both look.
So where were y'all in June of '89 when I joined up?
In my dad's nutsack. I'm just kidding. I just came out. Yeah.
Just barely out of my dad's nutsack.
Yeah. Well, I was out of my mom's nutsack.
Yes.
Yeah. My mom's nutsack shot me out. Sorry, Jeanette. Just kidding.
So I would have been like 4th grade, maybe 3rd grade.
Yep.
Yeah.
January of '89 is when I was born. So I was 6 months old.
Damn.
Yep.
Look, I gotta ask you. All right, not Army related, right? For these two guys up here, what was it like living in a generation where you weren't chastised as a child for riding your bike without a helmet?
So I'm going to add on to this. I don't think we talk enough about the 80s and 90s.
Oh man.
I don't think we glorify like the 80s, like that. To me, I feel like 80s and 90s was peak, and then the digital era hit, and we just started crashing.
Yeah, especially early 90s.
We as Gen Xers used to do stupid shit. I mean, some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Used to?
But well, yeah, that's true. But one, there was no video of it.
Nope.
No selfies, no internet, no historical record of it, just word of mouth and stories. And we didn't get sick off of shit because we spent all of our time outside. The memes that they post of talking about, I remember the commercials that would come on Do you know
It's
where
10
your
p.m.
kid is?
Yeah. Yeah. And like they wouldn't care. They'd be like, turn that fucking shit off. I don't care. They're somewhere.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna
I
beat their
mean-
ass when they get home. You bet I'm gonna beat their ass.
No.
Only if you fucked up.
Yeah.
No, street lights are on. I don't care where he's at, but when he gets home, I'm gonna beat his ass.
Nah,
Yeah.
they didn't care. As long as we came home at some point.
I
Mine
always had to be home for dinner. But so you know, there is a a certain aspect, I think, of the technology, right? Where like my mom literally just sent me a couple scrapbooks, and it's made up of printed pictures from 3.5 millimeter camera rolls. And I mean, that's what we did, right? Like our parents had scrapbooks, and now, now my parents are, trying to get rid of their stuff, and they're like, hey, listen, we don't want all your old Marine Corps shit and all your old Army shit. Like we just don't want that anymore. It's cluttering up our house. So you need to get this stuff. But I'm sure that somewhere my mom's probably got a picture of the homemade ramp on the dirt road, and we'd jump our bicycles off. Like, dude, I ate absolute dog shit one night. I went off a little homemade ramp and face first into the dirt, and I had pebbles stuck in my forehead. And my mom had these long, hard fingernails, and so she just sat there and she just picked all the rocks out of my face. Like, that's how you did it, Like,
and then blamed you fucking idiot.
Yep.
Or does she go with these?
I remember I had to go home early one time because we were bending nails in a board so that nobody got hurt in this construction area that we were trespassing in, and we were trying not to get hurt, and so I put my foot on it and was bending it down, and of course I was wearing Chuck Taylors, and whoop, right through the bottom
Who
into
would
my
have thought?
foot.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, Chucks are great for that stuff.
Yeah. You didn't think to sue them? Jeez.
Steve, I have a great idea for you, brother. Somebody got to do it, please, because there is no record of the stupid shit you did, right? And I love that, the essence of it, right? But somebody out there, one of you Gen Xers needs to write the Gen Xer Bible.
Ooh.
Right? Somebody has to say it. Somebody has to. I know the stories will be mildly embellished,
But when we talk about how we used to go out and play Cowboys and Indians with Daisy BB guns and would shoot each other, and we didn't have eye protection.
I still got one, man. All right.
I love shooting Roman candles. To this day, I love shooting
yeah.
Roman candles at each other. I'll have
Bottle
a Roman
rockets.
candle fight, Roman
yeah.
candle fight all day. Just use the
I-
old Harry Potter. And
Steve, am I an honorary Gen Xer? I still have a BB in my elbow.
I guarantee you, one of you here, at least I would say two of you here, has a lead mark in their skin somewhere where they got pencil stabbed in them.
Oh yeah.
I knew it. I knew it. I got one on my leg. My girlfriend's got one.
How many of y'all, when you get a suntan, have the lines from eraser burns or the horseshoe from cigarette lighter burns, from where you would heat up a cigarette lighter in school during class and then see who could burn it into their skin? Yes, those.
That's a
yeah.
And then see who could sit there and stick it into their arm without making a face.
Yep. Or you'd get bored in school, right? And you'd put glue all over the top of your arm, and you'd wait for it to harden and peel it off.
I have to chime in right here. This is gonna bring me back to a military story. But I was giving a brief yesterday, and I was talking about just like dumb shit that people do. And I was like, yeah, I know you guys are just sitting out in the field, throwing a rock in someone's hat or something like that, seeing who can get it in. And they all looked at me like, how did he know? And I'm like, you didn't invent the throw the rock in a hat game, okay? That's been for generations.
Yeah, we used the K-pot.
Yeah, throw your shit out there. Come on, who can get it the closest?
Any solid leader can almost fucking pinpoint the exact time. You got a bunch of infantrymen sitting around doing being bored. The exact time the first rock being thrown.
Yeah.
Solid. They gotta check their watch. Oh, these fucking goofy goobers. They're throwing rocks. Better go check on them.
I remember when MRE heaters got taken away from us, and we weren't allowed to take them into the field anymore because we would use them to make improvised bombs.
I remember when we got MRE heaters. Those were the shit, because that meant that we didn't have to use the engine block of the Humvee to heat up our MREs anymore.
You were the old C rations, were you, Steven?
No, we didn't. C rations were a little bit before me, but I mean, I do remember the big 55-gallon metal trash cans with immersion heaters when we went to the field.
I think we need to bring Steven a did you even have any of the new? We got to get you some of the new MREs, some of the good stuff, you know?
You should.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we had, what, 9?
We'll have to do Paul, you got to do a whole video on Steven taste testing the new MREs.
Yeah. The generations gap of MREs. Dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
I think we had 2 or 3 different lots of MREs.
We only got 2 nowadays, right? 2. Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Case A, case B. Right?
We have some other fancy ones out there, but yeah, we only got 2. We only got 24 meals now.
Oh, but don't exclude the Arctic packs.
Yeah,
those
and
sometimes have different stuff.
Those are a whole different beast. But
yeah,
you know,
Arctic packs.
Yeah, it's like enough food for 72 hours.
Dude, they're like
really
6,000 calories in a bag.
We got him at drum a few times.
Hold on,
he's probably got some.
No. This is totally off topic here. But like, all right. So favorite MRE. Come on, Chili Mac.
Chili Mac's pretty good.
Yes.
Is up there.
The wieners.
The Vienna sausages.
No, let's just leave it at that.
Actually,
Steve likes gobbling the wieners, man. Let's just let it go. We don't have to. The fact that you went
hey,
I remember 3000s.
I remember we went to the field over in Germany and we got bread. It wasn't in the MREs, but they came around with a case of bread.
This is what makes me appreciative.
Huh?
This is what makes me appreciative. Like, we always get bread now.
Yeah, no, we didn't.
Bread?
Bread?
No, we never got bread in the field.
If they come out with hot A's,
aren't slaves allowed bread and water?
Yeah, right. I got lucky in Afghanistan. My first deployment, we were just with a group team out in the middle of nowhere, and they brought one of their cooks, and they're like, "I got this. All I'm gonna do all day is cook," and that's all I did. So he did like a pretty basic breakfast and a pretty basic lunch, but he would spend all day prepping dinner, and would just blow it out of the water. He would like go in the local economy and be like, "Can I get a goat?" And just got it and slaughtered it himself, cooked it up. Like, this is the best. Loved it.
The modern kids, right? I think I can split. I might be able to split the gap of MRE generations, right? We all know that the veggie omelet fucking sucks, right?
Yep.
What?
The
veggie omelet.
Veggie omelet. That was
we didn't have omelets.
The bane of our existence.
I didn't have it when I was in either, but I've tried it and it's gross.
The veggie omelet. All right. Imagine like a fucking dollar store flip flop, right? Shaped into a fucking egg, but it's already met the beach, right? And then you fucking that bad boy up. So that thing sucked. But
all right,
but it did have some potato chips that were string form.
Shoestring potatoes.
Shoestrings potatoes, right? chips are hard, right? But yeah, you put a little hot sauce pocket in it, hot sauce packet, or actually the bottle if you're an old schooler, right? And you were golden. So that was the only saving grace of that entire meal.
All right,
I'm
so
glad that all of you said chili mac. That was pretty solid.
Chicken
So
a la
I
king.
I just brought up the list of all the menu items, right?
Oh, this is
And
fantastic, Robert.
looking at it, we're pretty spoiled because I would say at least 50% of these I would eat right now.
Yeah, but the funny thing
Chili
is
Mac is definitely up there.
dude, 50% of this list never made it to the field.
Oh no, it does not. So like starting off the list, chili with beans. Yes, it's a good solid go-to, like good staple. Yeah, shredded beef. I'm on 2021 right now.
Perfect. All right.
That's as far as it goes. Okay, shredded beef and barbecue sauce, another great one. I like the barbecue sauce. Shredded beef's good. Egg or chicken, egg noodles, vegetables and sauce. I don't eat that one. It's a little, I don't know, Cody. That one's kind of gross to me. Same with the spaghetti and beef sauce. Chicken chunks, another one of my favorites. Doesn't need to be heated up. You just throw the chicken chunks on. You put the cheese on, and what is it, like maybe barbecue sauce comes with that too. It's like a little chicken tortilla, like a little nice little cold snack when you need to eat lunch on the go.
Dude, and then we got taco the classic filling.
Beef taco, yeah. You take the beef and then you put it in the taco. Beef taco, yeah. So Cody and I spent a very long time. God, what year? This is probably like 4 or 5 years ago now, I think. I don't even know. It's been a while.
Yeah.
2021.
You're looking at a menu from 3 years ago.
Yeah. We were in such a crazy mind state in the box at JRTC.
I'll put a link. I'll put a link to this menu in the description for all the other people.
So a lot of good ones. Beef stew used to be one of my favorites, but you had to trade. You had to get the crackers with the beef stew. You had to get the cheese. You had to get the hot sauce. Made this perfect little mixture. It was amazing. The cheese pizza slice. Don't discredit it. It's not good, but it's like a cold Elio's pizza. Again, if you're on the go.
No, that pizza thing. When they came out with it, they said it was going to be the best thing since sliced bread. But you know what? It ended up being just a fucking really shitty version of a fucking bagel bite.
Yeah, like a cold, soggy bagel bite that you eat the next day. Not even a good one.
I ate one time and I was like,
All right, I think the last two I would highlight: chicken burrito bowl, another classic if you want to get a little gourmet and fancy. I think that one's good. And then my favorite breakfast one is the maple pork sausage patty. It has to be cooked though. If it's not cooked, it has all the congealed fat around it, and it's like you're eating a really gross oyster. But pretty awesome. And this list goes all the way back to back to the 90s.
Dude, goes all the way back to 81.
Oh, geez. So Steven could probably reminisce on this. I don't know what he's doing. He turned his camera off. He's probably whacking it to MRE menus right now.
Yeah, right.
I remember the corned beef hash.
Oh, chicken a la king.
Okay, 92. They had an omelet with ham. Don't tell us you didn't have omelets. Yeah, then again, they were probably eating MREs from 10 years ago. So
I have a very unique story about chicken a la king, and some folks that were around back in 2006, 2007. Someone stuck their Vienna sausage in their chicken a la king, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Did he finish, or did he make it a chicken a la queen?
We'll put a period on this story.
Oh, yes, come on.
Yes, he finished, and
all right. So
and did somebody else eat it?
Yes, he did. That's the fucking.
Oh, you dirty bastard!
Oh, yes, that reminds me of a story, right? Oh, so there we were in Afghanistan, right? This was my second deployment or something like that. We were a different outstation with this different group, and we were out there, and we had to pull guard on these towers every day, 24 hours, and everyone took turns. Even the mechanic took turns pulling guard because everyone had to carry their weight. So anyway, we find out like the next morning that this dude got in trouble, and we're like, what the heck? And they're like, yeah, man, we caught the mechanic sleeping in the guard tower. He's getting the Article 15. We're kicking him out of here. Like, he's done. And they're like, dang. It's like, wait, he was sleeping in the guard tower? And they're like, yeah, man. Like, they're like, oh, like he just took a nap? Like, no. He took his sleeping bag up to the guard tower, which we only had, I think, one man at that time or something like that, and fucking curled up and fell asleep. And so everyone was like, damn, man, that's fucking crazy. I can't believe he would do that. So we all go up there and like we're looking at the guard tower, and one dude's just like scratching his head. And then he looked at his buddy and he's like, hey, where did he fall asleep? And he's like, oh, well, he fell asleep right over there. And they point it, and all like three different guys go, ooh. And we're like, what? And they're like, hey, Big Sarn, sometimes we get a little lonely up here in the tower. Like, yeah? He's like, well, we all agreed if we got lonely, we'd shoot it all in one direction. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, that's the direction right there. That one. Right where he slept. Man. So then I was like, no, he did the, and they're like, yep, he slept right there. That's where his head was.
Slept in the jizz pile.
He slept, and I'm not talking like 2 or 3 times. I'm talking like 9 months worth of just dead babies piled up there. That was the most armored spot of that entire guard tower, just crusted over.
You'll get lonely in the guard tower.
Yeah. Hey, I don't blame them. They were sitting up there. There was a minigun up there. They just like touched it a little bit, a bunch of rounds sitting.
Get excited. Yeah.
Like this, they just had to do what they do, man. I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them for doing what they did because they were awake, right? You can still look forward and.
You know what's, dude? I'm okay. Back to this MRE. Back to this big list of MREs, right? I'm looking at dates, right, of when the meals were out. Yeah. One of my favorite meals, definitely not my wife's favorite meal, but one of my favorite meals is not on here and hasn't been on here since 2017.
Yeah, but you ate it like last week.
Yeah, I fucking. All right. Okay. Yeah. Cool. All right. So look, to finish off.
I'll tell you the one I'm glad is gone is chicken penne pasta. I cannot eat. No, chicken pesto pasta. Sorry.
That's my shit.
Yeah.
No.
I refuse to eat pesto anymore because it was the only thing we had, and I ate it so many times, and it was hot that I puked it up, and then I just had puke and pesto taste in my mouth. So whenever I smell it, just Anyway, go ahead.
All right. I don't know. To finish this up, let's just. I want to show you my fucking prize gem. This right here. I know you can't read it, right? But this is a 40-pack of jalapeno cashews.
Oh.
And if you want to talk about the most premier snack, right? It's not the fucking M&Ms. It's not the Skittles. It's not that bullshit, right? It's the jalapeno cashew.
Ooh.
It's the jalapeno cheese.
Yeah, I don't know.
The cheese was good.
Yeah. Favorite spread, jalapeno cheese. Favorite snack, peanut M&Ms. You could probably take them out of their packages and put them in custom packages and sell them in California for $10 a pack.
Yeah, that'll offset.
Oh my God, jalapeno cashews. It's so artsy.
Call it artisanal.
Yeah. Steven, we were looking back at some of your menus and you lied to us. There's evidence here that back in what year did you say? 93? There was in exist. We can't hear you, Stephen. There was in existence an omelet with ham.
That's all right, Steven. Just nobody wants to hear you anyway.
Yeah, boomers. Fucking hell.
There's an MRE called ham slice.
Ham slice. I see it.
Ham slice.
Oh, there it is. Smoky beef frankfurters.
1992.
Yeah. That's probably what he was talking about. These are real basic. They did have corned beef hash. I'd be willing to try that.
Out of a bag? Fuck yeah.
Dude, this spaghetti and meat in sauce is disgusting.
I'm sure we can go on eBay right now and
Wait, hold on. Jamaican pork chop with noodles?
What year was that?
97.
Oh, 98 or 99, boneless pork Jamaican. Yeah. You know what I don't understand, right? The MRE menus change year to year. The shit ones always stay. The ones that nobody fucking likes are always the ones that stay.
That's all right. You know what left? The veggie burger barbecue sauce.
oh
Because
yeah.
there's no fucking warfighter on this planet that's a fucking vegetarian. And if they are,
Yeah.
they're lying to themselves, right? If we have to
Lying to somebody.
we have to engage and destroy with the enemy of the United States of America, we're fucking red meat eating sons of bitches.
Hey, but you know what? I would fuck down on some halal meals, man. I wish they had. I like to would spice it up a little bit to get some of the halal meals. Get those different ones.
Ooh, you know they had in the halal that I love? Butterscotch pudding. Yeah, real good stuff.
I don't know. They're not too bad. I would go out. So I think what we got from this conversation is the things that are good are MREs and soldiers that we don't fucking hate. Because we didn't talk about the soldiers that we hate.
Well, no, we're trying to keep this positive and upbeat, right? Like,
yeah. Every good thing reminds us of 8 bad things.
Is this the weird part about us? Is that maybe we were so institutionalized that what we remember as the best things were actually probably the worst. We're just loving, like MREs. That's what I miss. I hated eating them now, but I'm ready to go again.
Yeah.
9 Mile Ruck, I hated it doing it then, but man, I'd fucking love to do it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna go hiking this weekend. Like, no, fuck you.
Dude, I am going hiking this weekend.
I'm gonna take a radio up this mountain, but when someone told me to do that, fuck that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, because my plan is so Mount Washington is the biggest peak in New Hampshire, and I had dreams for years. Every year I've said I'm gonna hike the Tuckerman's Trail, and I'm gonna go up Mount Washington. And then like I had 2 discs replaced in my neck, and my lower back's all fucked up, and so year after year something put it off. But this year I'm doing it, and so yeah, I'm fucking going hiking this weekend.
Okay. Yeah, you might want to put one of those life alerts around your neck.
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yeah. I can't wait till Monday when we chat and you tell us how much you fucking hated it. Yeah. That was a dumb idea. I was so tired. All right, I'm going again in 2 weeks. You just missed the abuse. That's simply what it is. People pay for this. People pay
Outrageous.
for MREs. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So we used to have a whole plethora of Army Navy surplus stores, and one by one they've all gone under. And so like it's
Really?
harder and harder to find surplus and MREs. What I've noticed though is like everything's kind of migrated online because it's fucking 2024. The cost, right? Like you used to be able to go to an Army Navy store and you'd get a set of BDUs for like $5, right? $5 for the blouse, $5 for the pants.
Yeah.
Now, dude, you can't get it for less than $30, $40. each set, for the blouse and for the pants. It's ridiculous.
You know how much it is? No, oh my god, I want to talk about this for a minute.
Yeah, do it.
So, I just got promoted. So, I went to get new ranks sewn on and like new uniforms or whatever. So I bought one uniform. I got rank, name tapes, badges sewn on. This is just top and bottom, and the sewn on stuff, right? And the PC sewn on. For the top and the bottom, it came out to $120.
Just for your BDU
top and
blouse and
bottom.
trousers.
Yep, that's it. And then to get everything sewn on was like, I don't know, another $50, maybe more. So for one uniform, just for one top and bottom, I had to spend like $175.
Ouch.
Yep.
It's wild.
And then yeah, Steven's trying to talk. And then I had to get my shit changed for all my uniforms. So every time I took one in, I forget how much it was per one. But it's like $6 every stitch, every patch you want stitched on. They even charge you to remove Velcro from something. Like, oh, I got to cut this off. So if I had to take off one rank and put another one on, they're like, oh, well, that's cutting it off, and then that's putting it on. So that's $10. Yeah, $12. Yeah.
You buy yourself a seam ripper for 25 cents and just do it yourself.
I know. It's just like, it's just absurd. And yet they expect us to always have like fresh uniforms. Yeah. So it's and that's not even boots. Like boots are $150 to $200 right now.
Yeah, but you don't have to polish them.
No. Thank God.
Like fucking lazy army.
Oh man. Okay. So Rob, were you ever part of the black boots polishing era?
Nope.
Okay. So we know Steven was on the ground.
He actually had to kill the cow to get the leather.
Yeah.
And then stitch them. You can't say shit now.
But I was the generation where I'm a unique, weird little time, right? In basic training, I had 2 sets of BDUs and 2 sets of the digital ACU pattern. So uniform drills got real fun when I was in basic training, right? We had all right, listen up, Travis. I want you BDU top, ACU bottom. I want one green saw, one white saw. I want you with the down boot, and I want you with the black boot, and you got your PT belt. You have 30 seconds. Go, right? And that was okay. Sorry, I have some trauma there. Right, sure. But
you sound like Drill Son Rivera that I had.
Fucking every one of them, right? We had a pretty solid Haitian, thick accent Haitian dude. I love that guy. But anyways, yeah, you know what, Paul, you're right. You're spot on, man. I do kind of miss polishing boots. I do, because I miss the barracks. I miss the camaraderie of how much, regardless what we did on Friday night, and especially what we did on Saturday night, but come Sunday, definitely not before noon, but come Sunday, there was a group of guys that were always the solid dudes that cleaned up the fucking latrines. We were never allowed to use the day room oven because there was always this Mexican dude. I'm sorry not to be racist, but there was always this Mexican dude that just solid with fucking polishing boots, and we would use the barracks oven to fucking crystallize them and fucking do solid shit, right? So but Sunday was full recovery day, right? It was, we were probably still drinking, of course, but having polished boots, like it was the most pristine thing, right? And we would starch our BDUs with fucking elbows that could cut a diamond, right? And we would show up Monday morning walking like the fucking cardboard man, just starchy as fuck, right? Boots that were so shiny, right? You could look up fucking ladies' skirts and you could, be an amateur gynecologist. The weirdest part about it was, is like you had to be fucking pristine showing up on Monday morning.
Oh yeah.
But Monday morning was also, motor pool maintenance. So you spent so much time on Sunday.
I hated that.
You're fucking so perfect for the first 90 minutes of work. And then immediately you're taking your shit off to fucking put on some coveralls or whatever to go be greasy as fuck.
Yep.
And yeah, in modern times, it was a fucking waste of time. I agree. But there was something about it that was the attention to detail and being able to have, I don't know, the first sergeant or the sergeant major come through or walk by you on the way to the motor pool and be like, "Hey, young buck, you're looking fucking strack." Right? And give you that little, right? I can hear your cardboard fucking starch uniform from a mile away. It was something about it that was kind of cool. I do kind of miss a little bit about the silly things that we did back in the day.
We used to, in my absence, I had to reboot my entire phone because that other app was still open.
Hey, he's
Um,
alive.
The blue bottles of starch that we would pour in the washing machine to wash our uniform, only to stand there and iron it until it was dry, so that your creases could cut people. And then we would spit shine our black boots or our jump boots, and then we'd go stand at a guard post all day for 8 hours, and all of the polish would melt into your toes through our wool socks, then through our cotton socks that were underneath our wool socks, and into your toes, and the tip of your toes would be black.
Oh, you were doing it wrong. You got to bake those boots, man.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
we did do that on some of them, but after a while of walking around in them, they would crack.
No, you needed Ramirez on fucking Sunday night to fucking bake them in the oven.
All right, so we're about an hour in, so let's start to kind of wrap this episode up, right?
Thank fucking God.
I think we've touched on a few cool ideas, things that we liked, and even some things that we didn't like and unintentionally. Let's say if you had some parting words of wisdom for a service member that may be watching or a veteran that may be watching, like what would you have as a parting piece of advice here? I see the smoke coming out your ears.
I always tell the young ones, it gets better, right? I just said this to someone the other day. I was like, it gets better, right? And then as soon as I walk away and I've seen someone that heard me, that's been in, and I'm like, she doesn't know I was lying, and then I walk away.
It does get better eventually.
It does. Or you change to what better is. Your better is now relative. You hate yourself more than what the military throws at you. So that's the difference.
We're all our own worst enemy, right? So
there's a reason that we're still in it and still doing it. Cody and I are about the same time, well over 15 years doing it, and we're looking at the finish line and don't know if we want to cross it, right? And there's reasons for it, but there's reasons for us to cross it. So I think it's been a hell of a ride that you cannot compare to anything else in the world. It's some of the shit that we have done and have gone through. You will never experience it. And we were just talking to Darby about this the other day. He's like, "Well, I could have gone guard, or I could have gone reserve in the same job and gotten the same experience." I'm like, no, you wouldn't have. You wouldn't have gotten the same experience.
Not
You
at
get
all.
you get the same resume. You don't get the same experience. It's fucking different, dude. And it's just so hard to explain to people that don't get it. And I think that's why we're all in the same place. On our Discord, stuff like that.
Yeah, weekend warrior's not the same as active duty.
But
There
it's
are
better
some-
than being a civilian.
Is that your words of wisdom, Stephen?
No, words of wisdom is once you get out, find other like-minded individuals, whether it's the VFW or the Legion or somewhere else, to get that camaraderie that you had when you were in the service, and be around people where you can, like our Discord channel, where you can still talk to Fuckface and everybody knows who Fuckface is and who you're talking to. Exactly.
Look, for the young folks that are out there,
Okay, time's up.
yeah, the young folks that are out there that are still in, you are gonna have an absolute miserable time. But you will come out on the end a better person. For the old folks and the ones that miss it, right? There is a sense of brotherhood that we all share, regardless of whatever branch we came from. Fuck Space Force, right? That if you keep in touch with your brothers or sisters, or modern now, if you keep in touch with them, they're gonna keep you young, keep whatever sanity in the insane time that you lived in the service. They're going to keep all that relative, all that perspective. And I think that's what is the essence of what a veteran is. And we should keep tight with each other.
All right, Paul,
Right.
the Grouch.
All
What do
right.
you got?
OG.
So I'll keep it simple, right? As Red Green once said, we're all in this together. I'm pulling for you. There's so many days that at the end of the day, I got a knot in my chest and I want to scream and lash out at the world. But you know what? We all go through that. We all go through that. And so as
Yep.
long as we have each other, and we do, like Steven said, find those like-minded individuals, even if it's just a Discord, right? An online place where you can get together with like-minded individuals. You can share, some experiences that you've got, something that you're going through. Maybe, there's somebody else in the group that can also relate, offer some advice. I've had so many great conversations, late night. We're working late night, right? How many times, we get into that deep stuff and it's fantastic. So I want to thank you guys for joining me for the first episode of the Weekend Warriors. I look forward to seeing what this podcast becomes, and hopefully it's of some benefit to somebody that watches or listens, and we positively impact other people in ways that we don't even know that we can.
Yeah, I think we need
all
more
right.
sound effects.
More sound effects.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
I'll work on the buttons.
You're the most amazing guy.
That's all we need. We need a MC for who's in here. So that's what we need. Someone just to run the soundboard.
There we go. All right. Well, with that, I'll say that's a wrap. And thanks again. Appreciate everybody that watched all the way to the end. And so long.